We are counting down the top 10 World War II guns that still hold their ground in today's conflicts. From rugged pistols used by police across continents to battle rifles and machine guns that modern armies still rely on, these weapons earn their place through sheer durability, mass production, and battlefield-proof design. Why do so many World War II guns refuse to disappear, even after 8 decades of warfare innovation? Let us reveal the engineering secrets and global stories behind their survival, starting with number 10. The Sten Gun was born out of crisis. In 1941, with Britain desperate for arms, designers Reginald Shepard and Harold Turpin created a submachine gun that could be built in garages and small workshops. Sten's stamped steel body, open-bolt blowback action, and bare-bones construction meant it cost just 2 to 3 pounds per unit, less than a tenth the price of a Thompson. Around 3.5 million Stens rolled off wartime assembly lines, their simple 9mm design arming British soldiers, resistance fighters, and commando units across Europe. After the war, the Sten's stripped-down blueprint inspired the Sterling submachine gun, adopted by the British Army in 1953. The Sterling refined the formula with a redesigned magazine and smoother cycling, but it kept the rugged, field-repairable core. Even today, Sterling submachine guns linger in police armories and militia arsenals from South Asia to Africa, a legacy of cheap, reliable firepower that refuses to fade. The Tokarev TT-33 pistol, adopted by the Soviet Union in 1930, fired the hard-hitting 7.62 by 25 mm cartridge and carried an 8-round magazine. Its design, inspired by Browning's earlier work, prioritized simple machining and field reliability, qualities that made it a favorite for mass production. After World War II, the Soviets handed production blueprints to China, where the Type 51 and later the Type 54 rolled off assembly lines by the hundreds of thousands. By the 1970s, Chinese factories had produced well over 500,000 pistols, many destined for export. The Type 54 became a staple sidearm for North Vietnam, North Korea, and revolutionary groups from Africa to the Middle East. Even today, these pistols turn up in police seizures and insurgent caches, their distinctive 7.62 by 25 mm ammunition still manufactured in Russia, China, and Eastern Europe. The Tokarev's survival is not about nostalgia. It is the result of Cold War redistribution and the sheer scale of global stockpiles. In 1941, Soviet engineers answered the call for mass firepower with the PPSH-41, a submachine gun that changed the shape of Eastern Front combat. Built almost entirely from stamped steel, the PPSH-41 could be assembled in hours by unskilled laborers, then loaded with a 71-round drum and unleashed at a ferocious 900 rounds per minute. Over 6 million units left Soviet factories during the war, flooding Red Army ranks and later reaching Cold War proxy forces worldwide. Its successor, the PPS-43, stripped the design down even further for faster production and easier field repairs. After 1945, these guns poured into Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Today, battered PPS-41 and PPS-43 still surface in the hands of militias, insurgents, and police units, especially where old Soviet stockpiles remain. Their survival is not about nostalgia. It is about sheer numbers, rugged simplicity, and a design that keeps firing, no matter the decade or the battlefield. The Lee-Enfield rifle carved its reputation through a unique blend of speed and precision. The No.4 Mk I, adopted in 1939, delivered a 10-shot magazine of .303 British rounds, with a bolt-action cam that let trained riflemen fire more than 15 aimed shots in a single minute. That became the legendary Mad Minute. This rapid cycling, paired with remarkable long-range accuracy, made the Lee-Enfield a favorite among Commonwealth marksmen and a trusted tool in harsh environments from North Africa to the jungles of Burma. After the war, surplus rifles traveled far beyond British hands. The Canadian Rangers patrolled the Arctic with Lee-Enfields for decades, relying on their ruggedness until only recently. In South Asia, police forces in Bangladesh and India still issue them for reserve duty and sharpshooter roles. Even as militaries shifted to semi-automatic rifles, the Lee-Enfield's precision and reliability kept it relevant, proving that quality marksmanship endures when the design is right. The M1 Garand arrived in 1936, bringing American infantry a leap forward in firepower. Its semi-automatic, gas-operated action let soldiers fire 830-06 rounds from an unblocked clip as fast as they could pull the trigger. No bolt to cycle, no pause between shots. That metallic ping when the clip ejected became part of battlefield memory. Alongside the Garand, the M1 carbine offered a lighter, handier option. Chambered for the .30 carbine cartridge, it fed from a 15-round magazine and weighed just over 2 kilograms, ideal for paratroopers, support troops, and officers needing something quicker than a pistol. Wartime production was staggering. 5.4 million Garands and 6 million carbines left American factories. After the war, these rifles didn't fade away. National Guard and reserve units kept them in armories. Ceremonial honor guards still shoulder Garands, and the civilian marksmanship program continues to put both rifles in the hands of new generations. In remote corners of the world, militias and security forces still trust these old workhorses, proof that rugged design and sheer numbers can keep a rifle relevant for decades. Adopted in 1935, the Browning High Power broke new ground as the world's first widely issued high-capacity 9mm service pistol. Designed by John Browning and refined by Dieudonné Saïve at FN in Belgium, it packed 13 rounds into a single magazine, almost double the capacity of most pistols of its era. Weighing just 1 kilogram, the high power's slim frame and smooth trigger made it a favorite among soldiers and police alike. During World War II, it served on both sides of the conflict. Belgian, British, and Canadian forces carried it, while captured models were issued to German troops as the Pistole 640B. After the war, the high power became a global standard, especially as NATO nations moved toward 9mm sidearms. FN kept production running for decades, and the pistol's simple mechanics and common ammunition kept it relevant even as newer designs appeared. Today, high powers still turn up with police, reserve units, and security forces worldwide, a testament to a design that prioritized firepower and reliability over fleeting trends. Adopted by the U.S. military in 1911, the M1911 pistol set a new standard for sidearm with its 45 ACP cartridge and short recoil operation. During World War II, nearly 2 million units left American factories, arming everyone from infantry officers to tank crews. Its 7-round magazine and single-action trigger became trademarks of American stopping power. But the M1911's story did not end with surplus storage. Decades later, elite units like Marine Expeditionary Units, designated Special Operations Capable, and Navy SEALs turned to custom-upgraded M1911s, adding night sights, beaver tail safeties, and match-grade barrels to match demanding missions. Civilian shooters and law enforcement continue to favor the platform, fueling a thriving custom parts industry and keeping 45 ACP in steady production. The civilian marksmanship program still releases surplus pistols to American collectors, ensuring the M1911's legacy lives on. Its blend of mechanical simplicity, adaptability, and sheer presence keeps it in the hands of shooters who demand proven performance over fashion. Adopted by the U.S. military in 1933, the Browning M2 50-caliber machine gun set a new standard for heavy firepower. Weighing 38 kilograms and capable of firing 550 rounds per minute, the M2 delivers 50 BMG cartridges to targets up to 1,800 meters away, well beyond the reach of most small arms. Its short recoil action and robust construction have kept it on the front lines for nearly a century. Mounted on tanks, Humvees, helicopters, patrol boats, and even aircraft, the M2's versatility allows it to serve in anti-vehicle, anti-aircraft, and suppressive fire roles. Nearly every NATO military and dozens of non-NATO forces still field the M2HB as their primary heavy machine gun. Rather than replace a proven design, armies have chosen to incrementally upgrade sights and mounting systems, keeping the core mechanics unchanged. The cost of developing a true successor remains hard to justify when the original still outperforms expectations on today's battlefields. In 1942, German engineers unleashed the MG-42, a machine gun that changed the sound of battle with its thunderous 1,200 rounds per minute. Its roller-locked, short recoil action set a new benchmark for reliability and ease of mass production with stamped steel parts that could be churned out quickly under wartime pressure. When West Germany rebuilt its military after the war, the MG-42's proven mechanics became the foundation for the MG-3. Rather than scrap a winning formula, Rheinmetall re-engineered the gun for NATO's 7.62 by 51 mm cartridge, swapping barrels, bolts, and springs, but leaving the heart of the weapon untouched. The MG-3 kept the same blistering rate of fire and a 250-round belt feed, now with a quick-change barrel and updated sights. Today, MG-3s serve in the Bundeswehr, Turkish and Italian armies, and dozens of other forces. Proof that when a design gets it right, all it needs is a new barrel to keep marching on. Adopted by the Russian Empire in 1891, the Mosin Nagant M9130 became the backbone of Soviet infantry through World War II and beyond. This 5-shot bolt-action rifle fired the hard-hitting 7.62 by 54 R cartridge, a round still produced in factories from Russia to Romania. Wartime and Cold War factories turned out more than 37 million Mosin Nagants in all variants, flooding arsenals across Europe and Asia. After 1945, surplus rifles were shipped by the crate to allies, client states, and global arms markets. Today, battered Mosins still surface in the hands of insurgents, militias, and even police in conflict zones from Ukraine to Syria. Their continued use is no accident. With vast stockpiles and a cartridge that refuses to disappear, the Mosin Nagant endures as the oldest frontline rifle still appearing in modern wars, a testament to simple engineering and the stubborn momentum of global ammunition supply. Across all 10 entries, one truth emerges. True battlefield dominance is not just about firepower, but enduring design and global reach. These World War II guns prove that when engineering, simplicity, and distribution align, weapons can outlast regimes and reshape conflicts for generations. History is not past. It is still locked and loaded.